foolish man is, I'm gonna get my girl to start doing this, and I'm like, yo, bro, you're wasting your time. Yeah. Because if a woman knows what you are, you ain't gotta tell her who you are. I walk into a room, I know I'm him. And in reality, I ain't gotta scream and yell at no woman to establish my dominance. I tell her, my absence will be me showing you how comfortable I am. And I'm willing to say, you know what? This is no longer suitable for my next chapter of my book. But a lot of men need to get to that point. Otherwise, they're going to be sitting there fighting with little girls about, they got $1,300 between the two of them, and they talking about a trip to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? That don't even make sense. And as a man, with your logic, you should be like, yo, this don't even make sense. But again, if a man isn't comfortable with saying no, he will ultimately be persuaded every time to say yes. I think a foolish man is, I'm gonna get my girl to start doing this, and I'm like, yo, bro, you're wasting your time. Yeah. Because if a woman knows what you are, you ain't gotta tell her who you are. I walk into a room, I know I'm him. And in reality, I ain't gotta scream and yell at no woman to establish my dominance. I tell her, my absence will be me showing you how comfortable I am. And I'm willing to say, you know what? This is no longer suitable for my next chapter of my book. But a lot of men need to get to that point. Otherwise, they're going to be sitting there fighting with little girls about, they got $1,300 between the two of them, and they talking about a trip to Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? That don't even make sense. And as a man, with your logic, you should be like, yo, this don't even make sense. But again, if a man isn't comfortable with saying no, he will ultimately be persuaded every time to say yes.
I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Rock Kwakadash, and double honor to the elders and salutation to the apostles and the brothers who labor in the truth day and night, night and day. And to you sincere sisters who loving Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, loving your husbands, respecting your husband, loving your children, taking care of the home, learning the word, learning in silence, and being diligent, you know, and just knowing your place. So yeah, so this small clip from the podcast, this guy's totally right. He said a little bit of words that mean a lot, you know. And to let me back on what this brother said, he made an excellent point. He said, why do I have to feel less than just to make you feel much more? And the brother is absolutely telling the truth, you know. And it's not about disrespecting women, but it's also letting them know that you don't run the show here. An established, well, strong, dominant man is never going to let a weak, feeble-minded woman manipulate him or put any kind of tactic against him. Once she starts to play games and do foolish things, you have to exit yourself out of that person's life. And I'm very big on exiting out of people's life, man, because I don't need that in my life. You know, I close those chapters and I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? I wish people all the best, or not. They don't wish me all the best. Well, hey, fuck it. You know, it's on you. But at the end of the day, I can't take foolishness. So what I do, like this man said here, like I've been doing, I noticed already as a man, I walk away. I never ever come back. Many people that I have in my life, you know what I'm saying, or that was a part of my life, you know, depend on the circumstance, whether I will be cordial with you or I won't be cordial with you. So there's been people that did me wrong, and you know, they was ignorant of the fact they didn't know any better. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew better, they'll do better. You know, not to justify for them not doing any better, meaning that, okay, I have to give them a pass and we back to square one. Nah, it's the fact that it's about you understanding your wrong and being a better person to accept that and grow from there. Okay? because we all have done wrong. We all have done some kind of stuff. It's a bad habit, man. We all make bad mistakes. You understand? And what I'm trying to say is that sometimes we have to take advantage of, of telling people no. And it's okay. You don't have to tell people yes, because so that you can please them. You know what I'm saying? And that's where, as a man, you have boundaries, man. Even brothers in the truth, certain brothers may do certain things that certain brothers don't like. And as a man, you got to put your foot down and establish those orders, man. And sometimes brothers may do things that's out of order, and you got to regulate it. You know what I mean? And, and as a person that's in the right state of mind, no real brother is going to really take any kind of offense, especially if you're doing wrong. The brother can correct you, and then you accept that. And then once you accept that, you know that you truly gain a friend, because if you could accept for someone to tell you when you're wrong, you can always grow and be better. I know my faults. I know my flaws. I'm not perfect, but guess what? I've heard things already about my flaws, and for where I'm at now, people don't understand that by them meeting me at a certain time, they caught me where it was getting better. I still had it; it was getting better, but they didn't never caught me years before, where I just dismantle, just totally disrespect you off the fly, without no hesitation. As time went on, I had to learn how to have mercy and kindness, and how to utilize that, and towards people, how Yahushua has done for us. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, I get mad in the process, because I feel like once someone is disrespecting me and they don't take it seriously, I cut all ties with that person. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you've done for me. Once you violate me and you disrespect me, you're out of here. Enough is enough, man. If I gave you some people say giving chances is too many. Giving chances more than once is too many times. You know what I'm saying? So some people give them once or twice. I'm a kind of person, I don't like giving even one chance. But depending on the circumstance, what it is, I deal with it, because sometimes people are ignorant in their state and they don't know no better. So I can understand where they're coming from. You feel me? But don't play in my face and use me and do what you like or do what you want or feel, and they don't expect no one to say anything. You understand? People are going to say something about who you are and what you're doing wrong. You know what I mean? So, the brother's right. The brother had said something so meaningful, man. You don't need to scream and yell at a woman. Sometimes she gets you frustrated. I got frustrated at women. I yelled at them, screamed at them, but it doesn't prove anything. So as time goes on, that's when wisdom and stability of learning it starts to affect your frame. You start to understand what Solomon was saying. You start to understand what David was saying. You start to understand what the prophets were saying. And as a man, you will have to practice stoicism. And you have to practice that, because that's going to keep you in line. It's going to keep you coherent to the thing that you need to be, things that need to be done. You know what I'm saying? And don't jump up. If you're a man that jump up for a woman and you constantly want to go on the fly, then yes, you're absolutely wrong. You understand? And let me tell you something. You people, man, a lot of you men do that. You jump up every time this girl call. You quick to text. And no, man. Sometimes give the girl a break. Or you take a break from the girl, and you do what you want to do. But it is what it is, man. So we can't let people's actions dictate our motives. Sometimes if someone's doing something wild or crazy, it doesn't mean that you got to get crazy or wild. You control yourself and watch and observe that person. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to be friends Don't try to be friends with a lot of people. You understand what I'm saying? And when you try to be friends with a lot of people, it could go bad for you. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to pick your friends and your loved ones and people that you can depend on wisely, man. Cause everybody can't be counted on. Everybody they got their hand out, say, oh, this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. That's cool. That's good speculation. But you know, you could live in that delusion. You know what I'm saying? And it's real, man. It's really real. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, so, you know, like I said, man, like I met a lot of people in my life, and I don't keep a lot of people around me. I could barely count 2 people on my hands that I can really count on. I mean, as far as when it comes to my friends, you know, I got real family members I can count on that took care of me and helped me and put money in my pocket when I ain't had nothing. You know, so I gotta give a big shout out to my uncle, man. You know, I love him, man. I love him dearly, man. He been there for me, man, and you know, and he did the most he can, and I always trying to give him the utmost respect and satisfaction, and you know, trying to give him the utmost love, man, because people here on the earth are going, they're here today and gone tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I dealt with people that took care of me, that loved me. I dealt with more people that was evil than they loved me. You feel me? You know, but it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? So those type of people that try to hurt me or harm me, feel like it. Right? You can't be around me. I would never ever trust you, and I'll always be paranoid. I do not trust that person. I would tell that person, yo, listen, with the heartbeat, this is not it, man. Nah. Listen, it is what it is, man. So we can't let people take you away from your focus, man, because women are good for that. They'll take a man away from his focus and say, yo, what about me? What about me? What about me? Why you do this to me? What's going on? If you show the effort, excuse me, I'm a little tired. If you show the effort of going out for that man, he has no problem going out for you. Meaning, we don't go out for you first. You have to show us first. We are the man. Men that has not been raised by men, they are taught, right, by a female, right? Oh, protect her. Oh, do this for her. Do that. If you don't do this, you less of a man. Huh? Look here. They say, oh, if you don't do this, oh, you ain't shit. So they got to use negative, right? Negative affirmations to disregard and disrespect you for being a man. You cut all ties with these birds, man. Any ties that I have with a woman, I already praise it with the Lord, man. I done cut and burned those ties. Them birds can't be around me. They sure damn can't get no attention from me because I ain't giving it to them. I will never call, text, none of that shit. Once you done shift from this to that, I lost a respect for that person. I lost a lot of respect. You know what I mean? So, yo, man, it's crazy, yo. Y'all be good. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you out here? Yo, be good out here. Be good. Because when you're doing horrible things, these are the result of what this man is trying to save you from. The result is the contrary is when you're not being good, right? All these tactics happen, all these bad things happen to you. And trust and believe, yo, it's something that you don't want to engage in, man. I'm telling you. Leave people the fuck alone. Stop fucking with people, man. And they peace. So, you know, let me get a scripture here so we can break down what this man is saying. You know what? I'm sorry, y'all. Proverbs 22:6. It says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So if you teach your children from the beginning, they will not act like silly as adults. If you teach your children to have manners and know how to speak or how to correlate their verbiage with someone else, and they can speak in these rooms with these people, you've done your job. So, you know, that's it, man. Let me jump down 11. He that loveth pureness of heart, for the grace of his lips, the king shall be his friend. All right? So, sometimes when you have people that's in different status, they won't listen to a lot of people, but a particular friend who would, they consider you as a friend. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's go to, try to see what I want to go to. Should I go to, oh, yeah. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Y'all. You know, I'm very tired. You know, so I apologize. Excuse me. I'm very tired, but I'm still trying to do the work. You know what I mean? So you gotta. Oh, let me jump down to verse 15. No, 14. The mouth of strange woman is a deep pit, and that is abhorred of the Lord shall fire therein. So the Lord is going to, you know, he's going to judge this world, man, and the women that's in it, that's doing this foul shit. Okay? So, you got to change and make yourself better, man. Verse 15, foolishness is bound in the heart of a child because they all jumpy and this, and then you got to yo, sit down. Okay, y'all. So, you know, I'm gonna close it out, and that's it, man. I hope the video is edifying. Shalom.